Hello everyone, in this video we'll see how you can use the SDK Magic Tool to prepare and export the UDF types from Excel to Primavera. This will be the video number 29 in this group of videos, and we will use the SQLite database in this video. You can also use Oracle database or SQL Server when you select any of them. Let us first, from the main menu, select dictionary and import the current UDF types in the database. Select for this option. Let us import the UDF types. We have no UDF types in this database, but now we have the table format that we should fill in to export the UDF types to Primavera. Let us go to Primavera to check these results. From Enterprise, open the UDF types. As you see, this for activities, activities tabs, resources, WBS. As you see, we have no UDF types in this database. Let us prepare some of these UDF types and export them to Primavera to learn how you can use the SDK Magic Tool. In order to save time, we will import some of these UDF types from another database and export them to our database. Let us change this database to another one, for this database for example, and let us import its UDF types. As you see, we have more than 90 UDF types in this database, and we will use these UDF types in our database. Let us change to our database. Okay, all we need is to remove or delete these numbers, because these numbers will be set by the SDK Magic Tool, and all of these items will be considered as new items in our database. Before we export these UDF types to Primavera, I would like to shed light about the drop lists. In the second column, you have a drop list for all of the UDF categories. You can select any of them in order to save your time when you prepare these UDF types for the first time. And in this column, you will find the data type, and you can select any of these data types. Let us export these UDF types to Primavera. As you see, we have now these UDF types in Primavera. Import them from the database. These numbers have been set by SDK Magic Tool, and these numbers are the numbers of these UDF types in our database. Let us go to Primavera to check these results. First, let us refresh data to get the updates, and from the enterprise, let us go to the UDF types. As you see, we have now all of these UDF types in the database for activities, for activities tabs, for projects, and for risks, and for work products, and so on. These are the UDF types that we have exported to Primavera. You can later modify any of these UDF types. You can add to them. For example, in order to learn how you can use these drop lists, let us add one for activities, another for WBS, another for projects, and for resources, and then work products, and activity resource assignments. After that, for project expenses and activity steps, and for issues, and then for risk is the last one. Let us select this name, SDK Magic Tool _1, and we will use the same name here. Okay, let us as you see, we have now all of these from 1 to 10, and here also from 1 to 10. Let us change this one for text. Let us all text. Now we can export these modifications to Primavera from this option. Okay, and now we can export these updates, import these updates. As you see now 105 instead of 95. These 10 UDF types have been added to the database. Let us go to Primavera to check these updates from File, Refresh Data, and from Enterprise. Let us search for the UDF fields. As you see, now we have the SDK Magic Tool here in Activities, and we have it here in Resource Assignments, and we have in Activity Steps, and so on in Projects. Let us search for the SDK. This is the SDK, and so on. For the WPS we have the SDK, and so on. So you can remove any of these UDF types when you change this N to Y, and you can change the UDF title and export all of your updates to Primavera. As you see, it's very fast and very accurate, and also very flexible when you use SDK Magic Tool to export the Primavera items from Excel to the database. Thank you and goodbye.